guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoiler-free review for 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. Little PSA before we get started, yes, I'm wearing my glasses today because I am so tired, and I have one of those headaches that it feels like your eyeballs are being ripped from your head. I know that's really pleasant, but that's how my head feels, so I'm like, you know what, contacts right now are really just not gonna happen, and I really need to get my thoughts out on this because I just finished it a few days ago, and I want to have all my thoughts spewed out for you as soon as possible. So, let's get going. So, 1,000 Pieces of You was one of my most highly anticipated releases for the fall of this year. I have been looking forward to this since I think about June when I first heard about it and first saw this gorgeous cover. This is the first book in the Firebird trilogy, which is a YA series. This story follows our main character Marguerite, and she is the daughter of two very famous scientists who have developed a way to jump between universes. So basically in this story there are a bunch of parallel universes. It's based on string theory, which is an actual theory, but I'm not a scientist and I have no idea about any of that. But it is based on something that is kind of scientifically being studied in a way. But basically her parents have developed a device that you wear around your neck, and that device, which is called the Firebird, allows you to go between universes. And with the parallel universes in this story, you are not jumping in time at all. You remain in the same year in each universe, but the years could look vastly different because any choice that anybody makes changes the universes. So there are literally millions, gazillions of universe potentials. There's something as simple as you're wearing a pink shirt in your universe and a blue shirt in a different universe, or it can be something crazy like you're 20 years in the future technologically in this universe, but you're back in the 1800s in that universe as far as technologically stuff, but you're still in the same year. Sounds kind of confusing. I'm probably not explaining it as well as I could, but it makes sense in here. And at the beginning of the story, we learn that Marguerite's father has been murdered by one of her parents' grad students, and the grad student ran into another parallel universe in order to escape. And so her and another grad student have followed him in and are trying to track him down. And that's how the story kind of unfolds. So let me first start with the world. I've already kind of touched on that, but the whole concept of the parallel universes and how they can be similar or different or anything, they can literally be anything. It is such a cool concept, and each different universe that you get to experience within even this book is vastly different, has its own feeling, and you do get a sense of each one that they do jump into. I'm also really interested to see the future universes that pop up in the rest of the series, because within this book there's already so many different ones that they jump into, and the next books I'm sure there's going to be even more, and I'm really excited to see all of those different places and how those feel and how those places unfold. Next, let me talk about the characters. I will say that I had a really hard time connecting to any of the characters in this story. I think the reason was that within every universe, all the characters are a little bit different. They are the same, but they're different, and it's hard to kind of get a feeling for any of them. Even the main character, who remains kind of the same throughout because she's the one kind of traveling throughout these universes, you just don't get a real sense of all of them because they're kind of ever-changing. So I had a really hard time connecting to any of them. Also, while there is no insta-love, which is awesome because all the characters have known each other for a long time and they all have relationships from before you even meet them in the story, but there is a little bit of a love triangle. I hesitate to even call it a love triangle. Basically, there's two guys that like the main character, and yeah, but it was one of those love triangles where the main character obviously likes one more than the other and is already kind of choosing that one. So it feels like kind of a waste. I feel like the whole love triangle thing we brought up in the rest of the books, but I feel like it's just kind of not necessary, and we could kind of cut out the whole love triangle part and just have it be a romantic connection with the one. But maybe it will get better in the future, I don't really know, but this is just not how I prefer my love triangles. In my love triangles, I personally like to be connected to both of the potential love interests so that I'm kind of torn. If I already kind of know how the love triangle is going to work out, I kind of lose interest and feel that they're a little bit of a waste. So that's kind of how I felt with this. Next, I want to talk about the writing. I really did enjoy the writing style. It was very, very fast-paced. I haven't read anything else by Claudia Gray, but I know she does have other series, so I'm not sure if this is similar as far as writing style to those series or not, since I haven't read them. But I will say one thing that is a little bit of a pet peeve did pop up in this. I do not personally like when a lot of current pop culture references are made. So for example, Beyonce is mentioned as like a pop culture reference in this, and a few other things that just kind of grate me a little bit. I just don't like when a lot of modern pop culture references are used. I think they're a little bit lazy, and you could use other things to kind of make your descriptions and your metaphors and that kind of thing. So that happened a lot in this book, and I personally didn't like that. I didn't dock any kind of points or any rating from that because that's a personal view, but if you are kind of irked by that, just be aware if you are going to read this. Also, some of the plot twists that happened in this I found a little bit predictable, and I kind of knew what was going to happen before it happened, but I will say that I didn't know how it was going to happen. So while I knew and I predicted the twists, I didn't know how the twists were going to be executed, if that makes any sense. So while it was a little predictable, it wasn't as predictable as it could have been. Overall, I really enjoyed how this book explored a number of different concepts revolving around parallel universes and how it would be to jump into those universes and see how things change and how different decisions change a ton of different things and how that would affect a person that was traveling into them, as well as the concept of fate and can we really change fate, or are we all kind of on the same trajectory due to fate regardless of which universe we're in, etc. So a lot of those things are explored in here, and I'm sure will be explored in the rest of the series, and I'm really looking forward to that. So overall, I really enjoyed this book. While there were a few problems that I had, it didn't take away from my general enjoyment of it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. Again, I've told you guys before that I have a lot of problems with first books in a series. They always just don't quite live up to my expectations, and I think that's a little bit of what happened here. But I did give this book 3.75 to 4 stars. I really can't decide exactly where I sit with it, but I did really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series. So if the concept of parallel universes and all of that really appeals to you, definitely give this book a go. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Comment down below, let me know if you've read this book already and what you thought, and if you have any other books that you've read that deal with parallel universes. I've heard a lot of things about time travel books, but I haven't seen a lot of parallel alternate universe stuff. So if you know of any books that are either YA or adult that have that in them, comment down below and let me know because I'd love to pick some more up. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!